Welcome everybody, it is Claudia with Patchwork with Claudia. Today we are working on the Acorn Block. To make this block we will need 3 squares 2.5 inches color A, 2 rectangles 4 by 7.5 inches color A, 2 rectangles 2.5 by 3.5 inches color A, 3 rectangles 2.5 inches by 5.5 inches color A, 1 square 5.5 inches color B, 1 square 2.5 inches color C, and 1 rectangle 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches color C. Let's see it how it works. I have all pieces that I need for this block. The first thing that we are going to do is take all 3 2.5 inch squares color A and we draw a diagonal line, center diagonal line, and 1/4 of an inch from this line on each side we draw a second line. We are going to sew on the outside lines and we are going to cut the middle line. So now we take the 2.5 inch square color C and the 2.5 by 5.5 inch rectangles and sew together. So let's take one rectangle and the square and line up the fabric and join them using 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Now I do the same with the other side. Take the other and join here. We align the fabric again and join. Now we have the first row ready. Now what we need to do is take all 3 2.5 inch squares color A and cut them diagonally. So I'm going to do this process here. Now I have all pieces for my corners. Here, and here is. Now we are going to work with this piece. So the first thing that we are going to do is start attaching the triangles to each corner. So we align the triangle. Since we have the line where we are going to sew, that line is our guidance here. So I'm going to align here my fabric and hold it with a pin. This way. So you can see you start here, with intersect this line with the border of the fabric. So I'm going to put the other one here. Hold them also with pins. And start sewing. I'm going to sew and let's see. So far is this way. Now I can press and I can cut the dark piece of the fabric. And then we are going to have this way. I have the top part ready. So as I showed you, I already cut the leftover of the dark fabric. Now I need to attach the triangles in the bottom side. So I'm going to turn around and line up my triangles. I will hold with some pins. And I will do the same here. And hold with some pins and start sewing. Let's attach the other two triangles. Now I have all four. Now I need to do the same process. Press and cut the dark side and will be this way. This part is ready. Now it is time to attach the two rectangles here. So let's do that part. Let's align one side. And we organize here the fabric. And we sew with 1/4 inch seam allowance. I reorganize my fabric here and here and continue sewing. Now let's do it on the other side. So we have already one side ready. Now we need to do the same process on the other side. So let's realign here the fabric and start sewing. Now we have 2 rows ready for this block. Now let's start working with this piece. We need to do the same here as we did here. So we are going to organize the triangles. And then on the other side, and now we need to sew on the lines that we draw. Let's attach these triangles to these 2 corners. Have them ready. Now I need to cut this part, press, and this part will be done. This part is ready. I already cut. So now we are going to attach this rectangle here. Let's organize my fabric. And start sewing. So we have this way. Now I need to press the fabric so I can attach these 2 here. It is pressed. Now I need to attach these rectangles to this part. So let's start it here, aligning the fabric and sewing. Let's do the other part. Align the fabric and sew. All my rows are ready. Now I need to press them and join the rows. Now it's time to join these rows. So I'm going to join row 1 and row 2. Use align the fabrics and sew. Now we have row 1 and row 2. Now we are going to join row with row 3. So align the fabric and start sewing. I'm going to hold this one with some pins. Probably here and here. Let's see that here match perfectly. And that is the way that it is. And let's start sewing. Remove here the pin and continue sewing. Let's see what we have. So here is the block. Now we need to press and it will be done. Here is our ending block. It is 12.5 inches. I invite you to practice it, share the videos, like them, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time here in Patchwork with Claudia. Bye.